Good morning. Thanks for coming over this morning, and we're really happy to be able to do this in a more intimate setting here on the Apple campus. So thanks for coming. We got some great stuff for you. So today we're going to start off by talking about the Mac. Now the Mac has had an incredible last 12 months. If you look at the industry, this is year-over-year growth for the last 4 quarters, and we can see what the industry's done here. Let's take a look at how the Mac has grown over that same period. You'll see that the growth is around 3 times that of the industry for the last 4 quarters. So the Mac has had a very successful last year and has a tremendous amount of momentum. Clearly growing this much faster than the industry, it's picking up market share. So around 3 times as fast as the industry. This is our product line. We have a very clean product line. We think we have the best notebooks in the business, and we think we have the best desktops in the business. And today we're going to be focusing on the iMac. The iMac, as you know, is an all-in-one desktop. We are the pioneers of this design and continue to make the best all-in-ones in the world. And we think it is an all-in-one world. Clearly, in consumer devices like phones and iPods, these are all-in-one devices. But what's really interesting is, of course, so are notebooks. And notebooks are taking over the whole PC industry. Of the shipments that we had last quarter, almost 2/3 of them were notebooks. In the PC industry, it's around 40% are notebooks. Well, these are all-in-ones. And so we often ask ourselves, why do people still put up with this kind of stuff on the desktop? Look at this. This is a out-of-the-box computer. It's got its speakers, it's got a camera, it's got an IR sensor, a keyboard and a mouse. I mean, this is what you have on your desk. This is real. And we think there's a much better way, and we think the much better way is that. Put everything all in one and clean up the mess and deliver a better computer at the same time. So that's our philosophy, and of course the iMacs have been very successful. They come in one box with everything you need, and you take it out of the box, and in 5 or 10 minutes you're video conferencing with friends with the built-in iSight camera, with all the software. It's that fast, and it really works. So the iMac has been really successful for us. We'd like to make it even better. So how do we go about doing that? Well, we're going to turn to two elements that we've used in a lot of our professional products, aluminum and silicon, in particular silicon dioxide, better known as glass. These materials are phenomenal materials to build products out of. And take aluminum. We build our most professional products out of aluminum. It's extremely durable, and it's very lightweight. Professionals love our pro products made with aluminum. And recyclers love aluminum too. It's a very desirable material from a recycling point of view. Well, let's take a look at glass. Glass is very elegant. Again, you normally see it on much higher end products. It's very scratch resistant, and again, very desirable from a recycling point of view. So we're turning to aluminum and glass, just like we've done in our Pro products. Our Mac Pro, most expensive desktop, all aluminum. Our MacBook Pros, our Pro line of notebooks, all aluminum. Our latest product, our iPhone, aluminum and glass. And so, what would an iMac look like if we upgraded it and made it out of aluminum and glass? Well, it looks like this. This is the new iMac design, and it's just stunning. We've managed to make it even thinner than before. So this is the new iMac, and this is the one it's replacing. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. And that's the back. You can see we've put a full complement of I/O built right into the new iMac. Horizontally across the bottom, audio in and out, both analog and digital. USB 2.0, FireWire 400, and for the first time on an iMac, FireWire 800, gigabit Ethernet, and of course video out. So a full complement of I/O built in to the new iMac. We have a super drive, slot load super drive built into the side, and we have our iSight camera and a microphone built right into the front and the top. So it's really, really nice. Now you can add memory with just one screw on the new iMac. As a matter of fact, it's the only visible screw on the exterior of the product. Just pop it out to add memory. So the new iMac is going to come in two sizes, 20-inch display and a 24-inch display. And these displays are both going to be glossy. Our customers have told us they love the new glossy displays. These were the pre-glossy displays, and we removed some of the coatings and other things and give them their actual digital assets as they're meant to be seen. For photos, for movies, they look way better on these glossy, beautiful, crisp displays. So, the new iMac, we also have a new keyboard. Our new keyboard is this beautiful aluminum keyboard, which you might have seen on the web. And it's got two USB 2.0 ports. If you compare it to our old keyboard, in a critical ergonomic measurement of how low the front is, it's dramatically better, dramatically lower in the front than our prior keyboard. And it's also got a full complement of keys, including some special dedicated keys that we've added for screen dimmer or brighter, get you into expose, get you into dashboard with just one click on the keyboard, as well as the media transport controls of previous, next, and play, pause, and the volume controls, and eject for the optical drive. So all of that's right on the keyboard now. It's rather nice. So this is the new iMac with the new keyboard and, of course, the mouse. What about a wireless option? We've got one of those too. We've got a new wireless keyboard that's really, really nice, and, of course, our Mighty Mouse. The new wireless keyboard is just beautiful. It's also very compact. We've made a very compact version because people that want a wireless keyboard love to hold them in their laps and move them around more than they do the wired keyboards. And as you can imagine, it's got Bluetooth 2.0 in it, and it's got all of these dedicated keys as well. So it's quite nice, and we think you'll like it a lot. So there's the wireless keyboard and the standard wired option. Now what about on the inside? The outside's gorgeous. What are we doing on the inside? Intel Core 2 Duo architecture. These things are screamers, up to 2.4 gigahertz dual-core processors. And we even, if you want to get a CTO option, you can go up to 2.8 gigahertz on the 24-inch model. Up to 4 gigabytes of memory. The prior model only went up to 3, so we're going up to full 4 gigabytes of memory. Much faster graphics, the new ATI Radeon HD graphics series. And, of course, 1 terabyte, up to 1 terabyte of hard drive storage. And 802.11n, Airport Extreme, wireless networking, and Bluetooth 2.0 built in. So this is the new iMac. Now, again, what models are we going to have? Well, let's look at what we're replacing. Up until now, we've had a 17-inch, a 20-inch model, and a 24-inch model. The 17-inch model, $11.99, the 20-inch model, $14.99, and the 24-inch model, $19.99. Well, today, we're replacing the 24-inch model with the new iMac, and we're lowering the price $200 to $17.99. So you get a better product at $200 less. We've got an awesome SKU of the 20-inch at the same $14.99, and the 17-inch is going away. What are we going to replace it with? Well, we're going to replace it with another 20-inch model at the same price of $11.99. And so the 24-inch is $200 cheaper than it was. The 20-inch model is now $300 cheaper to get a 20-inch iMac than it was yesterday, and a much superior product. So we're very excited about this. Again, 3 models, the $11.99, 20-inch display, 2 gigahertz, dual-core processor, gigabyte of memory, quarter terabyte of storage, optical drive, better graphics. $14.99 takes you up to 2.4 gigahertz, a bigger hard drive, 320 gigabytes, and faster graphics. And $17.99 takes you up to the 24-inch display. So we think these models are all going to be pretty popular. So the new iMac. Now what's interesting is the aluminum and the glass design we've had an incredible reaction from a full spectrum of customers. Consumers have told us, the few that we've shown it to, have told us that they love this. It actually looks even more like a high-end consumer product. And the pros have told us it looks much more like a pro product in a professional setting. So it's really interesting. It's actually looking more like a consumer product and more like a pro product than the iMac it's replacing. It's also, again, really been thought through from a recycling point of view. We're using very high quality plastics, glass, and aluminum. Very high quality, very desirous materials from a recycling point of view. So the new iMac, starting at $1199 for a 20-inch model, and all models are available starting today. So we made a new ad that we're going to start running in a few days. If you want, I'll show it to you. Want to see it? It's real simple. Let's run it now. So that gives you a pretty good view of what the new iMac looks like. You're going to be able to get your hands on one in a short while after this presentation, so I think you're going to like it a lot. It fits in beautifully with the rest of our product line, and so that's what we wanted to talk about concerning the Mac this morning. We hope you love it as much as we do. All right, the next thing I'd like to talk about is applications that run on the Mac. You know, Apple invented this whole category of digital lifestyle applications many, many years ago. I think Apple was one of the first companies to see that the personal computer was going to evolve into the hub, we called it, of our digital life. And that we could write some applications that would make that a whole lot more successful and a whole lot more of a richer experience. And we started to do that with iMovie, followed by iPhoto and iDVD and the other apps that we have today. And so we've never stopped. We've increased our lead over the PC world every single time we've come out with a new version of iLife, and we're not stopping. So today we are very pleased to announce iLife 08, a completely new version of iLife. This is the biggest jump in iLife since we first introduced it many, many years ago. So let me begin to show you what's in here. As you know, iLife has 5 applications: iPhoto, iMovie, iWeb, iDVD, and GarageBand. And this year, we are dramatically enhancing some of them and completely replacing one of the key apps with something that takes it to a whole new level. So let me start off with iPhoto. We are dramatically enhancing iPhoto and taking it to a whole new level. And you're going to love this. So the first thing we're adding to iPhoto, the biggest thing, is called events. What are events? Well, in iPhoto today, digital cameras have made it so easy and so inexpensive to take photos that we take them all the time. We load them into iPhoto, and our photo libraries have grown from hundreds to thousands, in some cases tens of thousands of photographs. It is not unusual at all to find a photo library with 5,000 to 6,000 photos in it. And so to find these photos, we scroll through thousands and thousands and thousands of photos. And you can find them, but it's getting a little like finding a needle in a haystack. So what do? We make albums, right? We load our photos in, and we go to some event, let's say a wedding, a birthday party. We take all those photos and we make albums. And look what's happened. We now have tons of albums. Well, you know, when we make these groups of photos to put in albums, they're centered around events usually. A birthday party, a family reunion, a ski weekend, right? And this is what we label the albums, and we do this all manually. Well, we've got a computer here. We could do this automatically. And that's exactly what iPhoto does. It takes these groups of photos, which we call events, and it automatically makes events out of them so that you don't have to do it manually. And this is what iPhoto 08 is all about. It's about events. And so if you look in the upper part of the source column right there, you've got an events and a photos view. We still give you your photos view if you want to scroll through your photos, same as you do today, but we layer on top of it an events view. So you can go photos, events, whatever you want to see your photos as. And what's incredible is, we've seen this across a lot of photo libraries now from folks inside Apple, is there's around 50 photos on average per event. Some only have 10 or 20, some have a few hundred, but it averages out around 50. And so what that means is, instead of looking through 5,000 photos in a 5,000 photo library, you're only looking through 100 events to find what you're looking for, a 50-to-1 reduction. And that makes having 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 photos entirely manageable again. It's a much better way to organize. So, what photos go in an event? When I make an album, I manually put them in. But when it automatically makes an event, what's it do? Well, all photos taken in a day. When you load your new photos in, it'll take all the photos taken 2 days ago and put them in an event, all the photos taken yesterday and put them in an event, all the photos taken today and put them in a third event. And when you load iPhoto 08, it will go through your photo library and do the same thing automatically for you if you'd like. So all photos taken in a day make an event. Well, what happens if I go to a birthday party in the morning and a wedding in the afternoon? I don't want those all in one event. Well, it's very easy. I just pick the first photo, I go into that event, I pick the first wedding photo, and I can split them into 2 events. Right? So I can manage my events. It's very easy to split an event into 1 or more events. What if I go on a weekend ski trip and I've got 3 or 4 days worth of photos, and it's really just one event, but it shows up as 3 or 4 events? I can select them all and hit the merge button, or I can just drag one into the other and merge them into one event. So it's very easy to manage these events if you happen to have 2 things happening on the same day or a multi-day event. Very easy. So the first thing, the biggest thing, is we've added events. And when you see this, I think you're going to really like it. Second thing, hiding photos. It sounds like a trivial feature, but it turns out to be a pretty big deal, because when you take a lot of photos, they fall into 3 buckets. The first bucket are those that you just want to throw away. You don't think they're very good, so you delete them. The second bucket are the photos you love, but the third are the photos that aren't great, but you don't really want to throw them away. You might want to see them in the future, but you don't want them hanging around, cluttering up the photos you love. And so now with iPhoto 08, you can hide them and just look at the photos you love, and at any time bring them back and see all the photos you've hidden. It's a nice feature and helps quite a bit. We also have added a unified search in iPhoto 08. So you can search by dates, keywords, and ratings. So you can type something in and date ranges you can look for keywords, and you can say, I only want my photos that I've tagged 3 stars and above, or 4 stars, or 5 stars and above. It instantly finds them and sorts them by event for you. We've also added much more powerful editing tools, and we could spend a lot of time on that, but let me just tell you one thing that's going to come in super handy for me, I know, which is when you take the time to adjust a photo and get it just right, but you've got several photos that you've taken in the same roll, you can now just copy what you did to fix this photo and paste those adjustments right onto the rest of the photos where it makes sense. So this alone is going to save us a ton of time, plus the much more powerful editing tools. We've also got theme-based home printing. We've really beefed up the printing to where you can now print out stuff that just looks gorgeous with borders around it, all sorts of different themes. You can put multiple photos per page, and these are the kind of things you can just print out and put in a frame, and they're much nicer with some great themes. And we have also new books and calendars. So we've improved the quality of the books, and we've now put a dust cover on the front, And you can print on the front, you can print on the inside jacket. Of course, the photos inside are gorgeous. You can print on the inside back cover and, of course, the back. And the cover comes up and reveals a hardcover book with beautiful foil printing. So they're really quite nice, and I think you'll like them a lot. Our calendars have also been popular, and this year we're offering ones that are 70% bigger at the same price, so you can have even nicer wall calendars. So new books and calendars in iPhoto, and I really need to show you this for you to understand the full power of it. So I'd love to give you a demo right now. I happen to have new iMacs here, and so I'm going to use those to demo iPhoto 08. And I'm going to go into iPhoto right here. And I've got roughly 5,000 photos in this library. And you can see that, you know, it takes a while to scroll through and look at 5,000 photos, you know. It's a big library. And yet, a lot of us have libraries at least this big now. So, this is the Photos view, and this is the Events view. It's put those 5,000 photos in just 104 events. And I can easily scroll through 104 things and find what I'm looking for, right? Graduations, parties, vacations, trips. Very easy to find what I'm looking for. Now, let me tell you one of the coolest things. How do I know what photos are inside an event? Well, I can open it. There's an even faster way. Watch this. I just move the mouse over an event, and it shows me all the photos inside. We call it skimming. And we've applied for patents on it. But look at this. I can just go to any event and skim through it at any speed I'd like, any direction I'd like. Isn't that great? Now I can open up an event. I can just double click on it and it opens it up, and there I'm looking at all the photos, right? I can go back to all events here, and I can just skim through it. It's pretty amazing. And now if I pick another photo I like, see, one photo represents this event, and I get to pick it. So if I find another photo, I just hit the space bar, and now that's the photo for this event. Or I can pick another one. Boom. That's the photo for this event. Right? So you get to pick which photo you like, and you can just set it for that particular event. Very simple. Okay. So once we're in an event, though, we can look at the photos really easily. Instead of going down here and resizing them, which of course I can do, there's another way to look at my photos, which is just to double click on them. And it instantly previews them for me right here. And I can just go through and look at my photos this way. Saves a ton of time. Don't have to go into an edit mode or anything else. I can just go through here and preview my photos. It's really, really great. Okay. Now, let me go into Becky's birthday. And this is one of those events where it's a birthday party, but oops, wait a minute, I must have had a wedding that afternoon, right? And sure enough, when I go in, you know, birthday party here, but I get to a wedding here. So I want to split this into two events. I just pick the first photo in the wedding. I go down here to split. I push this button, and boom, it makes another event right here with the wedding in it. And I'll just double click on this and type Annie's, Annie's wedding. And I've got myself another event. When I go up here, I've got my birthday party and now an event as a separate one. And I just pick a key photo for that event. Pretty cool, huh? Now I can also merge events. So right next to here I've got two events, which is a trip to Mammoth Lake, but this was a weekend trip. And this is about getting there, and this is about the climbing we did. And these are really just one event. So I could pick both of these and push the merge button down here, or I could just drag one event on top of the other, and it adds it. And now you can see that I've got the photos from both events in here. And I can even go through and pick one of the climbing photos here and make it my photo for that weekend in Mammoth. And now I've got just one event. So very straightforward to manage events. Let me go into Becky's birthday again, and I'll just show you a few photos. Here's 3 photos of some girls with balloons, and this one's really great. I want to keep this one around. But these two are less great. I don't want to throw them away, but I think I want to hide them just to clean up my library a little bit. So I pick both of them, and I just go down here and I say hide. And now these photos are hidden, and it's put this text up here, show 2 hidden photos. I can have photos hidden anywhere in this event, and it will just show up here, and I say, show them to me. And it shows them to me right here again, or hide them so I don't have to look at them. Very, very simple. And now I'm just going to show you searching. I can come down here and say I want to find all of the photos that I've tagged with Connor. And boom, here we go. And I've got all the photos with Connor here sorted by event. I can go into here and look at things by date, but I'm going to go to rating and say, I just want to see my photos that are 3 stars and above, or 4 stars, and as you can see it changes real time, or just my best photos, 5-star photos. And as you can see, it groups them by event, and it finds 26 photos in 45 events that are 5-star photos. Right? So that's a little bit of an overview of iPhoto 08. Pretty cool, huh? So we think events is really going to dramatically enhance our ability to manage our photo libraries and enjoy them, rediscover and enjoy them. And so when you get your hands on this, I think you're going to think it's pretty great. So iPhoto 08. Now, we're all familiar with .Mac. .Mac is our internet subscription service that extends our operating system and our iLife applications onto the internet. And we're pleased to announce today that we have over 1.7 million .Mac subscribers, and it's growing at a pretty healthy clip. I think we're going to see it grow even faster after today, because when you marry .Mac and iPhoto 08, you can get some pretty amazing things, because we've got some new .Mac services to announce today, in particular the .Mac Web Gallery. This is very, very strong, and it works like a hand in a glove with iPhoto 08 to let you take your photos and put them on the web for anyone to see in a stunning way. So the .Mac Web Gallery, what does it do? Well, the first thing is it's got one-button photo sharing. We've integrated it right into iPhoto 08, so you literally push a button to publish your photos on the web. You just push Web Gallery. It makes a web gallery for you, uploads them to .Mac, and anyone now, if you want, can see your web gallery here. So one-button photo sharing. When other people do see your web gallery, they get a very rich Web 2.0 experience. This is a very good Web 2.0 app. So let me show you what that means. We can see our photos as in a grid, which we can resize if we'd like. We can see our photos as a slideshow. And again, this is on any computer. We can see our photos in a mosaic, and we can even see them in a carousel. We can see them on a Mac running Safari. We can watch them on Windows running IE or Firefox, or now Safari, any browser we'd like. And so a very rich Web 2.0 experience. Now, people that view your photos on the web, if you let them, can download print quality downloads. And they can print them, gorgeous prints up to 16 by 20. So print quality downloads. And if you let people, they can contribute photos to your web gallery from anywhere. This is pretty cool. So you take a bunch of photos and you load them in to iPhoto on your Mac. And you push Web Gallery, and so your Mac sends those photos up into the cloud, and you publish them on .Mac in a web gallery. One of the other parents at the game is watching those photos on their PC and enjoying them, and they realize they took some photos at the game too. There's a special email address that they can get from the web gallery where they can just email some of the photos they took with any old email program, and guess what? They will appear in your web gallery. And since your web gallery and iPhoto are automatically synchronized, they will sync right down to your iPhoto library too. And so you've got those photos right on your Mac, and of course on every other computer you have on .Mac. It's really, really nice. So you can contribute photos from anywhere. And it's a great iPhone experience. So you're out with your iPhone and you snap a shot, right? Well, now, when you decide what you want to do with that picture, we've added Send to Web Gallery to the iPhone. And so you choose that, and the iPhone and .Mac talk with each other, and .Mac sends a list of all the web galleries you've made to your iPhone. You pick one, and it emails it to the special address of that web gallery, and that photo will show up in your web gallery and, of course, gets synced into iPhoto as well. So by the time you get home, it's already on your computer and, of course, on your web gallery. Now, when you make a web gallery, of course, you can tell friends about it, and it'll send them an email. You can get emails from your friends about their web galleries right on your iPhone, and you can just tap it, and it will take you right into their web gallery, and you can see their photos. Just tap for a slideshow to watch their photos right on your iPhone. So it is a great iPhone experience as well, fully integrated into the .Mac web gallery. So I'd like to just show you a little bit of this stuff, if that's okay. So here we are back in iPhoto, and I'm going to pick the baseball game here, this event, and I'm going to say publish this to the web gallery. And it's going to ask me a few questions. Who can view it? Everyone, or only me, or do I want a list of names and passwords so only my family or my friends can view it? I'm just going to say everyone can view it. Put the titles on. Allow visitors to download photos. Sure, I want that. Allow visitors to upload photos. Sure. Allow photo uploading by email instead of just a web browser. Sure. And show the email address to visitors so that anyone can get the email address to upload photos. Sure. And so I'm going to publish these, and with one button, what's happening is it's communicating now with .Mac, and it's going to start to upload these pictures in just a second. And now you can see the pictures uploading right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and miniaturize this, and we're going to go to Safari. And what we're going to do is go to my .Mac web gallery, and here it is right here. Well, look at this. I've already set up a bunch of other albums in my web gallery, and it's loading the photos right here from the baseball game. But look at this now. Oh my God. Right on a web page, I have skimming. Right in the .Mac web gallery. This is a true Web 2.0 app, and I can just skim through photos in any of the albums on my web gallery and see them. I can double-click, just like I can in iPhoto, to see the individual photos. I can actually go down here and resize them. I mean, this is a web app. This is not a client app, and yet it's behaving just like iPhoto on my desktop. Isn't this cool? So I can look at individual photos. Again, I can double-click to see them, and I can go through them like this. I can get information about them. It's pretty neat, right? Pretty neat. Now, I can view my photos in different ways. I can view them in a grid, just like this, and resize the grid as we just saw. I can view them as a mosaic. And so I've got the mosaic, and I just click around here and see any one big. I can even resize the photos in the mosaic to any size I want. Right? I can view them as a carousel if I want, and just scroll around in them like this. You know, click to the next one like this. And of course, I can view them as a slideshow. Now, I want to show. I'm going to go back to the mosaic because I kind of like that one, or maybe the grid. I want to show how easy it is for other people to contribute to my .Mac web gallery now that I've made one. And so I've asked Phil, who's got an iPhone, Phil Schiller right over here. Phil Schiller's got his iPhone, and he snapped a photo, and he's just going to go ahead and send it to my .Mac web gallery right from his iPhone. And I'm going to actually,
photo
it's
I
another
took myself.
It's another gallery. He's going to send it to the Around Campus one, which is just
there I am.
And there it is, right here, actually. He just sent it in there. He didn't get to see it. Actually, you know, maybe I should delete it and you can send it again, Phil.
Okay.
That's okay. So Phil just sent that right from his iPhone right into my .Mac web gallery. And it'll automatically download to iPhoto on my systems as well. So there you go. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the gallery here. And I'm going to go ahead and put iPhoto away for now. All right. So that is the .Mac web gallery. One-button photo sharing. Incredibly high-quality Web 2.0 experience on PCs or any other device with a modern web browser. You can download print-quality images that you can make gorgeous prints out of. Other people can contribute to the gallery so that if everybody's at a baseball game, you can make one gallery with everybody's best photos. And it's a great iPhone experience. So the .Mac web gallery. So next up, iMovie. This one's really interesting. Let me tell you the story behind the new iMovie 08. So one of our most brilliant video engineers went on vacation, a well-deserved vacation. He went to the Cayman Islands, shot a bunch of underwater footage with one of the new high-def little camcorders. And he came back and he wanted to spend about half an hour and make a 5-minute movie to show his buddies about his vacation. So we got out iMovie and a few hours later realized that was really hard to do in iMovie. You can't make a really great movie in a half an hour or less. Well, this really brilliant engineer happens to know Final Cut Pro through and through, and so he got out Final Cut Pro. Couldn't do it. So he couldn't find a way to spend 20, 30 minutes and make a great 5-minute movie and share it on the web, say. So he invented one. And when we saw it, we were blown away. We were so blown away that we decided to make it the new iMovie. It's not an enhancement to the old iMovie. It's a completely new way of editing video that is startlingly better. And so we're still going to call it iMovie, but we're going to give it a whole new icon to say this is a whole new app. So iMovie 08. Well, the first thing is you've got one library holds all your video. So no more going to the Finder to find your video. Just like iPhoto, iMovie manages your video and shows it all to you in one library, whether it's on an internal hard drive or on an external hard drive. So you've got one library with all the video you've shot right in iMovie 08. And you can scroll through it all just like you can your photos. Right? This is totally new. And what it means is you're going to rediscover and enjoy your video that you've already shot as well as make movies in a much faster way. iMovie 08 takes video from almost any source. From the old DV camcorders here, still cameras that take video, from the HDV high-def video camcorders that are out there, and the brand new AVC HD cameras. These are brand new. They are much better than any prior HD consumer camcorders. They're really quite blowaway. This new Panasonic one's the best. It actually records over an hour of super high-quality high-def video on an 8-gigabyte flash card. Right? So it's fantastic. And this camcorder sells for $7.99. Yeah, it's going to change everything again. So one library for all your video. You can pull in video from all these different sources, and it's wonderful. Well, skim to preview. If we're doing it for photo libraries, why not do it for video? It's a revolution in video. If I've got a video clip here, I can skim through it backwards, forwards, and faster than real time. I don't have to play a clip to see what's in it. I can scrub it, zoom, 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 and find out what's in it. And it's a far superior way to look at your video and find stuff in your video library, which allows you also then to have super fast movie creation. You can put movies together way faster than you ever could before. So you can just select video like you select text. Say, I want that in my movie. Select another piece of video. Oh, I want that in my movie. And build a movie almost instantly. You'll see this in just a second. You can add polish quickly. And so you can add music, sound effects. Go to iTunes, pick a song. You can add photos. You can drag photos from your iPhoto library. You can add whole events you can drag in if you'd like. Great titles. Just drag them in. And great transitions. Cross dissolves, fade to blacks, all sorts of different effects. So you can add polish really fast, and you can view and share your movie almost anywhere. This is a real key. This is what people want to do these days. So you can go to the Share menu and say, make a version to go in iTunes. And once it's in iTunes, you can watch it on your computer. You can watch it on your iPod. You can watch it on your iPhone. You can even watch it on your Apple TV. You can say, okay, iTunes is great. I want to put it out on my website for everyone to see. I want to make a .mac web gallery version. And you can do that because the .mac web gallery isn't just for photos, right? It's for movies as well. And you can decide to have it encoded in multiple resolutions if you want. Tiny, mobile, medium, and large. And the large resolution is higher resolution than a DVD. There's not going to be any more sending DVDs to friends or grandma. You're going to put it on your .mac web gallery, and they're going to be able to see it instantly in higher resolution than they can watch it on a DVD. It's really great. And you may decide you want to send it out to the world. And so you can send it to YouTube. Just by selecting it in the menu, it will encode it and send it to YouTube for you so that the whole world can see your movie. All built in to iMovie 08. So, some great features. I'd love to show this to you now. So, I'm going to launch iMovie 08 here. So here's all my video, and this is all the video I took in 2007, and I can just scroll through it right here. So here it all is. And I can just go in and scroll through my video. Isn't this incredible? You know? Pretty amazing, huh? You might want to answer that. Look at this. Isn't this incredible? So I can just scroll through my video. Now I can play some of it if I want. If I see something I'd like to play, you know, I can just hit the space bar and, or double click and it'll play. But playing is real time and it's fun to see, but this is a lot faster if I'm trying to find something, you know. Where's that turtle? There it is, right there, you know. Now I can also, this represents each time I started and stopped the camera, this is one clip for that. Every time I started and stopped the camera, it puts it in one clip. I can see my clips, though, in higher resolution than that. If I want to find stuff just by looking, I can say, every 30 seconds, give me a clip. Every 10 seconds here, give me a clip. Every 5 seconds, give me a clip. Right? So I can pick whatever granularity I want to see my clips in. And, of course, I can still scrub. So I'm going to leave it set to give me a little clip every 5 seconds. Now I'm going to show you how to make it. And you know, one of the great things about this is you go back and rediscover video that you haven't looked at in a while. You know, you find all sorts of stuff that you haven't seen and enjoy it. You go, oh, I haven't seen that for a long time. Let's take a look at that. So you rediscover the great video that you've already shot. Now, let's go ahead and make a movie. I'm going to go to a snowboarding event right here, and I'm going to go ahead and make a movie and show you how easy it is. So I'm going to start my movie, let's say right here, just with somebody throwing a snowball. So I'll just click on here, and iMovie's automatically set to select 2 seconds of video. I could set it to anything I want, but it's default. I think it's set to 2 seconds. And I can drag this up here for my movie, and I've got 2 seconds in my movie now. And so, you know, here's one of batting a snowball. So, you know, here's 2 seconds of that. And I can just push this button to get it up there as well. Snowboarding. Oh gosh, where's that one? I went through here and picked out a few scenes I kind of liked. So we'll put that one up here. And, oh, here's a fun one, snowman. Yeah, there it is, right there. Isn't that fun? So I'll just pick this one right here. And of course, I don't have to settle for the 2 seconds. I can just grab these hooks and make it any size I want, right? So I'll make this one a little longer. And let's see here now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, somebody wipes out down here. Well, I'm going to pick that one, actually. So we'll pick that one, and there it is right there. That's what I was looking for. Maybe I'll lengthen that just a hair. And put that up there. Oh, this guy right here. Yeah, he does something funny right there. So I'll just pick that and put that up here. And gosh, let's see. There's a guy snowboarding in the trees right here that I thought would be fun. Oh, there he is right there. Okay. And we'll put that in the movie. And, oh gosh, maybe, oh, there's a fun thing right here where these guys go like that. Okay, I'll put that in the movie. And, you know, you just now I'm going to put something at the beginning of the movie. There's just some, you know, a scene of some of the mountains. And I'll drag that up here, and I'm just going to, you know, put that in the beginning of the movie so I can put my title over it. And now let me just go, you know, put a title over that, and maybe I'll just drag this up and put it there. And actually, let me put it right in the center of that clip. And I'm just going to say snowboarding. And this was Mount Hood. And so now I've got a title, and I'm going to maybe put a cross dissolve in here and some of these, and maybe I want to fade through black at the end of the movie. And now I want to put a soundtrack on, and I found something the other day with Red Hot Chili Peppers. Where was that? Yeah, Humpty Bump. So I'm just going to put that on. And I've made a movie here, so let's just take a look. I can watch it full screen if I want. So, you know, that's a little bit of a movie. And we're slinging around high-def video that we took, and literally you can imagine in 20 minutes you could make a really cool movie with this. So it's pretty nice. Now, also, if I'm making a longer movie, you know, I can switch things around. I can put my assets up on the top and, you know, see more on the bottom like this. It's very well thought through. Now, if I want to share this, I can just go up into the web gallery. I can go up into here and say share it on iTunes or, you know, media browser, YouTube, or the .Mac web gallery. And again, I can share it and just pick the resolutions that I want. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And one of the things I want to show you again is the .Mac web gallery, because I've put a few movies on here, and so you can go into movies right here and see them. And again, this is the large size, but this is higher res than a DVD that I've uploaded to my .Mac web gallery that anyone can see. And again, this is the movie our video engineer made, and you can just get a feel for, you can make something in 20 minutes and have it on your website for anybody to see in super high resolution. Again, there's not going to be any more sending DVDs to grandma. This is a much better and much faster way to do it. And you know, again, here's another one. This is the tiny resolution here. This is mobile, so you can see this on your iPhone. Here's the medium resolution, and let me just play the large one. Look at this. And if you want to, you can let people download this onto their own computer as well, so they can watch this on Apple TV, what have you. So, pretty neat, huh? You know, somebody asked me, you guys are so far ahead of anyone else. Why are you obsoleting your own products and making them better? And the answer is the same reason we invented all this stuff, because we really care about this stuff. And we think it's so cool. And to be able to now make movies even easier, to rediscover your video assets, to be able to put your photo libraries and now your movies on these gorgeous websites for everybody to enjoy, it's fantastic. It's just fantastic. So iMovie 08, some incredibly great features, and we think even more wonderful movies are going to get made and shared with iMovie 08. And I think our brilliant video engineer who invented this is mighty happy. So iMovie 08. So now I'd like to talk about another app in iLife 08, iWeb. We have an enhanced version of iWeb that adds some really cool stuff to let you build even better websites. We have live web widgets, so that when you're building your website here, you decide you want to add Google Maps. We've built that right in, and you can just drag Google Maps in, put your address in, view it as satellite or hybrid or just a map, and add Google Maps to your website. But you can also go out and grab any web snippet now, any HTML snippet. There's hundreds of websites that offer these. This is YouTube, but hundreds of websites offer these. Just copy that and paste it into your website. And in this case, you've got YouTube video right in your website. Tons of websites offer these now. You can now put them right in your website. So live web widgets. Another thing you can add to your website that we've built right in is Google AdSense. So you can actually register with Google right in the app, or type in your registration if you're already registered, and decide what format you want your ads to be in. And when your website runs, Google will put ads in there that are appropriate to the content of your website. And every time somebody clicks on one, you make money. So very easy to add to your websites now, Google AdSense. Media index page. So a lot of us have built websites with a lot of different photo albums on them, and it takes up a lot of navigation space. And we'd like an index page for them, for our photos and for our videos. And so now we've added that. You can pick an index page and simply drag your content in, fill it up, and as you can see, you click on one of these, you go directly to that page with all the photos in it in that case, and you can see that we're taking up just one position in the navigation. You can actually put pointers here right to your .mac websites as well, and consolidate them all on one page in your larger website if you choose to do that with iWeb. So media index page. Personal domain support. If you have a personal domain, that's now going to be supported, which is nice. Theme switching. You used to have to pick a theme and stick with it. Now you can change themes even after your website is published. You just pick a new theme and it'll change the website to it dynamically. So you can experiment, see which one you like. And we've shipped some really great themes with iWeb 08 as well. So this is iWeb in iLife 08. Some nice new things. Now iDVD, there are some people that still want to make DVDs after what we've seen here today. There will be a few. And so we've enhanced iDVD with better performance and pro-grade encoding. And we've added 10 new animated themes. Let me just show you 2 of them here. And again, these are themes where you drop your own content on. So this is your movie, your text, and it's making this incredible theme for you with your content. Here's another one here, again with your content. And really high production value stuff. So for people that still want to make DVDs, we're going to make it even better with iDVD and iLife 08. And last but not least, GarageBand. We have some wonderful additions to GarageBand in iLife 08 for musicians, multi-take recording, support for 24-bit audio, notation printing, some great stuff. But my favorite thing is something for both musicians and non-musicians. It's called Magic GarageBand. It's a way to get into music and experiment around and then drop into the rest of GarageBand to enhance what you've done. And the best way to communicate this is just to show you. So let me show you Magic GarageBand. So let me run GarageBand here. And I'm going to say I want to do Magic GarageBand. So Magic GarageBand gives me these genres to play with. Blues, country, reggae, another rock one, and one that I'm going to pick here, which is Latin. And I'm going to go ahead and audition Latin. So it's going to give me my little jazz club here with my instruments. It's going to load the instruments, and I want to play the entire song. And so what I'm going to do is just play the song here. And when I select an instrument, all right, I can select all these instruments and, of course, my instrument. So I'm going to select the medley here. And so when I've got something I like, I can create a project, and it drops me right into GarageBand, and I can now add my own voice or my own instruments right on top of this, add loops, change this around however I want to. So this is a way into GarageBand for musicians and non-musicians alike. And we think it's going to be really fun. So a lot of new things in GarageBand. I think Magic GarageBand is going to be one of the most popular. So that's GarageBand, and these are the 5 new apps in iLife 08. We think it's a really strong package. Matter of fact, as I said, we think it's the biggest enhancement to iLife since we invented it many, many years ago. And iLife 08 sells for just $79. I think this is one of the best bargains on the planet. And it's available today. Now, iLife also ships free with all new Macs starting today. So buy a new Mac and save $79. So that's iLife. Now, we talked also about .Mac, right? .Mac has been a series of great services: website hosting, IMAP email, sync, and iDisk. And of course, now we're adding the web gallery, the .Mac web gallery, which is, I think, going to be huge. And of course, we've offered a gigabyte of storage. Well, with all your photos and movies online, that might be a little small going forward. And so today we're blowing that up. We're going to offer all our subscribers, both old, current and new, 10 gigabytes of storage. And so .Mac, same $99.95 per year subscription fee. And of course, it's available today with the new .Mac web gallery and all the other features and 10 gigabytes of storage. So that is .Mac. And now that leaves just iWork. Well, iWork is our suite of productivity applications and comprises Keynote and Pages. Keynote, we think, is the best presentation app on the planet, and Pages is a a word processor that's been geared to more the page layout side of things? Well, I'm very pleased to report that we have sold 1.8 million copies of iWork to date, which is really good for us. And a lot of people out there very happy with the product. Today, we're introducing a new version of iWork, iWork 08, and it is dramatically enhanced. Let's start off with Keynote. I'm a voracious Keynote user. I love Keynote, and there's some neat new features in Keynote. New text effects. You might have seen some of these. Here's one called Blast for obvious reasons. Sparkle, Comet, Bouncy, Drift, Squish, and there's a bunch more. You might have seen some of these in my presentation because I get to use this before it comes out. So new text effects. Some great new transitions too. Here's one called Blur. Here's one called Swap, Color Planes, and one called Confetti. So some nice new transitions. This is a big deal. Built right into Keynote is something we call Instant Alpha. Now, we get a photograph. We take a picture, we get a photo from somewhere, and we love this. We want to use the flower, but we don't want the foliage. So built right into Keynote, Instant Alpha lets us take out the background, just keep what we want, and make it smaller in Keynote to fit, and just add it to, in this case, maybe the cover slide of a presentation. All built right into Keynote. That's Instant Alpha. We also have smart builds. This is very cool. It allows anybody to make very high production value animations very easily. So we start with a little heads-up display with some drop zones, and we, let's say, go to our media viewer, and we go into iPhoto, and we just drag some photos in. Right? We drag our photos in, whatever this happens to be, some travel photos, could be anything, could be any kind of object you want. And then we can say spinning cube. And Keynote generates all of this for us automatically. Thumb through. Right? So anyone can have these high production value animations now. So, smart builds. Now, there are certain kinds of animations that we haven't thought of that you want to build yourself. And we hesitated to put true A to B animations in because they're so hard to figure out how to use. We finally cracked it, and mere mortals can use this, and it's great. And so you can just say, look, I've got a plane. I want to move it from here to there. It's very easy to set up. It moves from here to there. And so you can easily build slides that look like this. You know, really nice A to B animations that mere mortals can figure out how to use. And we've got some great new themes. Just a few of them here. Just show you what they look like. Just beautiful stuff. Here's another one. Really, really beautiful. Of course, you can add animations to these. And these are so easy now to make slides that look this good. Very, very easy to do this stuff. So, these are just some of the features of Keynote in the new iWork 08. So let's move on to Pages. Now, Pages has been, again, a word processor that's really been optimized for page layout, but a lot of people wanted to use it as just a word processor. And we found a way to make it even better at that by building in two distinct modes, one for word processing and one for page layout. And now it's super easy to do both. And so if you want a word processor, you get a great word processor. If you want page layout, which works a little differently, you get great page layout. So I think we're going to make this a lot simpler for a lot of people. So distinct modes for word processing and page layout. We've also put a contextual format bar in so that when you select something if you want, you can get a contextual format bar, in this case, for text, or as an example, a photo, or a table, whatever you want, a contextual format bar. We've also built in change tracking. A lot of requests for this, and it's compatible with, you know, when you load a Word document, it's compatible with all that as well. And so you can get full change tracking in your Pages documents, which is really nice. And 140 Apple-designed templates. So for just about anything you'd like, we've got some cool templates built in. So that's Pages, and those are just some of the new features in Pages, and we think you're going to like it a lot. So we've got Keynote and we've got Pages. But of course, when you think of a productivity suite, you think of a third app, don't you? Well, today we're introducing that third app. It's our spreadsheet, and we call it Numbers. Today we're introducing Numbers, and it's the spreadsheet for the rest of us. It's a great spreadsheet, and it's done in the style of Keynote and Pages. So the first thing is we've got intelligent tables. What's that mean? Well, this is a table in Keynote. I've got headers and footers, and I can talk about things in formulas rather than the sum of F2 plus F9. I can say it's the sum of amount due. Very simple. Much easier to build formulas, much easier to maintain formulas. So very readable. Checkboxes and sliders. I can turn things off and on with checkboxes. I can adjust things with sliders. What better way to see what if than just to drag a slider? I can sort and filter. So I can pick a column and say I want to sort in ascending order, and it will just sort it in ascending order. Simple stuff, but really useful. The second thing is a flexible canvas. How many times have we built a spreadsheet with a few different parts to it? We want to change the format of one part without screwing up the other part, but we can't, right? And we've all been there. Well, what Pages does is let you have multiple sheets on a canvas. And they're of course tied together with formulas, but they're not tied together formatting-wise. And so I can go change the formatting in the sheet above. I can insert columns. You know, I can do all sorts of things, move things around, and the other sheet doesn't change at all, right? Very, very simple to do. I have charts and images and text labels, so I can add a chart very simply. I can move things around. I can add photos and diagrams and text. I can add titles. I can make just gorgeous looking spreadsheets very, very quickly. And I've got interactive printing. How many of us have tried to print out a spreadsheet 100 times till we get the printout to look like what we want? Well, we've got interactive printing now. So if I want to print this out, I just say show a print view. Well, this is exactly what I don't want, right? I got a line running right down the middle. So what I can do is I can go down here to my content scaler, and in real time I can watch as the content scales down to fit on one sheet, or I can move some stuff and make it bigger on another sheet, and I'll get exactly what I see. Very, very easy to set up printing. And we've got customizable templates. So you can start with what we've got or build your own. But if you want to take a look at what we're supplying, that's fine. So a lot of templates that you can customize. And of course, you can import and export almost all Excel documents. So let me just show you a quick demo of Numbers. So I'm going to open a Numbers document right here. And, you know, I'll just take the team roster table here and just, you know, move it around. I can move whatever I want. And I'll just resize a column. You know, maybe move these things over a little bit. Whatever I'd like to do. I can, you know, click on a number here, and this will pop up, my little slider, and just change things around right here. You know, let me, you can see a formula right here. You know, right there in English, right? Sum of player cost. It's that simple. Now, let me show you how to do something as simple as I want to add a sum to total cost here. So I can just select these, and I could make a formula, but, you know, Numbers is smart here. It knows about common formulas and actually puts them over here for me and tells me what the sum and the average and the minimum and the max and the count are. And if I want to add a sum, I can just drag this over and drop it in. I don't even need to make a formula. It's made one for me. So it's that simple. And I can select both of these tables if I want and just go over here and, pick different styles for it. I think I like that one the best. And this is how easy it is now to build and lay out just gorgeous looking spreadsheets. So that gives you a little feel for what Numbers is like. And it's got some great new features. It completes our productivity suite with Keynote and Pages and now Numbers for iWork 08. iWork 08. Thank you. iWork 08 is just $79, another wonder of the universe. $79, and it is available today. So iWork 08, so we've got iLife 08, Enhanced.Mac, and iWork 08, all available today. All work with Mac OS X Tiger, and all will work with Mac OS X Leopard when we ship it later on this year. So we are very, very pleased with these products. And as you saw earlier, we've got some great new computers to run them on. So please go to apple.com and check out the new iMacs, check out iWork, check out iLife, check out the .Mac web gallery. And there's even an iLife 08 guided tour up. I'd suggest that it's worth a look. It takes you through all the products in iLife 08. So this is what we've got for you this morning. And I really, really appreciate your coming and taking a look at these products.